Just keep eyes closed. As we saw these verses, Sukhe Dukkhe Samyak Krutva Labha Labho Jaya Jayo Tato Uddhaya Ujyasva Naivam Papam Vapsyasi. Hey Arjuna, when you maintain this balance, equanimity, being with yourself, Ajo Nitya Sasvatayam Purana, unborn, eternal, ever-existent reality that you are, it will be so, Sukhe Dukkhe Samam. In all the situations which appears like a pair of opposite, pleasant, painful, gain and loss, success and failure. In both these type of apparently opposite pair of situations, you are one and the same. Naivam papam vapsyasi. Papam, agitation, dukkham. Papam, when we say the eyes are seen, invisible. The agitation is the dukkham. There are two types of agitation, creative and destructive. Creative agitation, where you are enthusiastic, more for others' sake. And agitation which destroys somebody as well as others. A dukkham, pain. That type of agitation will not happen to the wise one. Observe yourself. Are you at rest with yourself? Is there any thought or emotion which you cannot handle? And for average man, many such thoughts do exist. That is why the whole Karma Yoga, Buddhi Yoga chapter begins. Long before you ask the question whether there is any thought that agitates you, more fundamental and the most important question you must ask is the first thought, the I. Is it an open book to you or still a mystery? When you say the word I, when the I thought comes up, does it come up unconsciously, wrapped up with a role? it reminds you of yourself, who you are. It's so subtle, so simple, yet so subtle that this thought becomes almost like a trap. You unconsciously get caught by it. A thought is me or it is about me. The moment you assume the thought to be yourself, unconsciously get wrapped up with a role, you feel affected from all sides. The ultimate purpose of Karma Yoga, Buddhi Yoga, is to counteract this I, and therefore the likes and dislikes. It's not that you are incapable of like and dislike. You have gone beyond it. That is the difference between a child, ignorant, and the wise. The child has no likes and dislikes yet. It doesn't make him wise one. He is yet to grow into conflict. You have grown out of the conflict. Observe yourself. When you say the word I, do you lose yourself in that? Or is your name? Unconscious role-playing is bondage. It can be an important role or ordinary role, that of a villain or a hero. Both ways you can lose yourself. Ask yourself, that celebrated statement, Yuddha Yojyasva, fight for fighting's sake. Do you do things for its own sake, or because it gives you a personal satisfaction? The secret lies in being happy with yourself and being able to do anything happily for its own sake. No crisis, no precipitation of problems. Moods are a stranger. Or a very familiar face. The moods you know so well about that and no more you lose yourself in them. It gives you absolute freedom, being yourself in a very expansive mood, that is, being yourself, which is not a mood. You can put everything under the carpet, walk on it like a king, or consciously bring an emotion to the fore and deal with it. But ultimately, everything done for its own sake, meditation for meditation's sake. Being with yourself who you are, there is no need even to sit down, but you choose to do so. Observation of your mind is not a special occasion. It's continuous, all times, all places. But you choose to do so for its own sake, so that your being with yourself is absolutely effortless. So see that point. Are you effortless in being with yourself, or there are so many thoughts, moods, memories overtaking you once in a while? If it is so, nothing to feel helpless about. All these can be counteracted. Buddhir yogi imam srunu. The change of attitude. If somebody has been obsessed with a thought or an impression or a sensation, is understandable. Be honest and look at yourself. Who you are, ajo nitya sasvatayam pura, nahanyate hanyamane sariri, unborn, eternal you are. Doesn't perish even when the body perishes. No change in the midst of changes. You are the changeless. Stunnanti divyaistavaihi Vedi Shangapadakramopanisadaihi Gayanti Yamsamagaha Dhyana Vastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidusura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. Clear it. Verse number 41 onwards. Vyavasayatmika buddhi Ekeha kuru nandana Bahusakhayanantasya Buddhayo vyavasayinam Yamimam pushpitam vacham Pravadantya vipassitaha Vedavadarata parthe Nanyadastiti vadinah Kamatmana swargaparaha Janma karma phala pradam Kriya vishesha bahulam Bhogeishwariya gatim prati Bhogeishwariya prasaktanam Taya paruta cetasam Vyavasayatmika buddhi Samadho na vidhiyate. Very nice. All these verses are meant for our own self-introspection. Sometimes it is so very subtle that you can lose yourself, not only in teaching but also listening. Professional teacher, professional listener. Professional teacher is one who teachings for others' sake, not for teaching sake, for others' sake. I'm helping out people. Stop doing that. And the professional listener is one, I have been listening to Gita for 30 years. Oh, I see. Both way, changes do not take place. It's like you visit hospital every day. You visit hospital every day, but you never take medicine. You go to the school, but you never study. Same thing also in this knowledge. You can go to an ashram, you can go with a teacher, you can read the books. Superficial activities are going on. But that which brings about the fundamental change, where you need not change at all after that, to be the changeless absolute, that is most important. So even after listening to these realities about yourself, if you are a person established, you become the one, sukha dukkhe samyak krutva. What a statement. It's like a baby who catches your feet. You don't want to get out of it. Sukhe dukkhe same krutva, lava labho jaya jayo. It's such a beautiful line, standard set. See for yourself. Like blood pressure, 120/80. You measure, then you know whether it's low blood pressure, high blood pressure. You don't need to go to a doctor. They have got set the standard. Not that they have set the standard, that is how the body functions. Are you getting that? Please understand. Sugar should be below 100. Oh. So if you have 900, 300, 400, you know what it is. So this is what? Sukhe dukkhe same krutva. It's not unrealistic, there is no sukha, no dukkha. That is unrealistic statement. Sukha shall be there. Are you getting that? Dukkha shall be there. You cannot escape. Sukha dukkha, you cannot escape. Like shitosnavat. Like cold and heat. Not only cold and heat of the temperature. Sometimes people are cold to you, sometimes people are warm up to you also. Same cold heat. Somebody is very cold, somebody is very hot. It doesn't matter. Why? You are the space. Labha labhoyu. There will be profit and loss. What do I get out of it? Nothing. What do I get out of it? Something maybe. The sense of gain and loss also, gain and loss is inevitable. But the sense of me gaining, me losing goes away. Personally, I am so happy and settled with myself. Infinity, na vardhate na kanyan, no more increase, decrease. Waves rise and fall, water is steady in and through. Jaya jayo, victory and defeat. But if you have a sense of victory, oh, I did this, or I could fix up this or fix up that, or did not fix it, I don't know what to do. Helplessness or a sense of arrogance. Both are indicative of an imbalanced personality, where you are going ups and downs. Sense of victory and loss is not imbalance, but you're being imbalanced with it. The machine runs, a roller coaster, that runs. That is how the machine should be. Instead of enjoying the thrill of the machine, if you feel depressed when it is down and very elevated when you are up, that is the time problem comes to you. So being aware of one's own self, no more affected by this. Why? Yuddhaya ujjasya, fight for fight's sake. I am doing it for its own sake. And that is why you are so much at rest with yourself. There is no sense of agitation. And this is why papam, when you say naivam papam, I say papam, you can't see somewhere. Papa means which gives you dukkham, agitation. As I told you, two types of agitation. One can be very creative. Creative agitation is very healthy. Oh, I have to write a note, I have to do this, I have to help people, I have to bring out wonderful things. That's very healthy. That doesn't destroy anybody. If you are conscious. Unconscious goodness also is a pain. And unconscious goodness will be demanding unconscious recognition. Understand? Unconscious goodness demands unconscious recognition. Conscious goodness doesn't demand anything. Like unconscious anger, hatred demands the recognition of kindness. You are angry, but everybody says you are very justified. Understand? Any unconscious emotion, when you are under the spell of that emotion, you want to be recognized. Whereas, when you are a conscious person, you have put on that dress for the occasion. It's not for somebody's sake. To recognize, not to recognize, accept or reject. It is for your sake you have done it. Therefore you are ready for consequences. But you can't just repeat it. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't repeat it. Because same thing, it can have different meanings to different people. You may say, oh, I am very conscious. Maybe you are unconsciously conscious. You are just repeating. You don't mean anything. That is why these words are so subtle. Each one must feel for himself, see for himself. Ultimate test is, are you affected? If you go on saying, I'm telling you I'm not affected. I'm really not affected. Yes, true, very much. Very true. Unconsciously build up, unconsciously build up. The meanings can be so deceptive. They're like a court case. It's like a court case, where the words have to be very precise. One day, the 3 children were taken to a juvenile court. Babies, babies means 10, 12-year-old. They have committed some crime. So they are taken to the juvenile court. And the judge is sitting down. He says, okay boys, what did you do? The first fellow says, I plucked some flower from the garden of somebody and threw some glass pieces on the road and threw peanut into the lake. You understand, is it wrong, is bad? Yes. Okay, all right. Second fellow, what did you do? I plucked some flowers, put some glass on the road and threw some peanut in the lake. Do you understand, it's wrong? Yes. Okay. Third fellow. So, gentlemen, what is your mistake? What did you do? I plucked some flowers, threw some glass on the road. And you did not. Then the judge says, he has only 2 crimes. So, you did not throw peanut into the lake? He said, no sir, I am the peanut. His name is Peanut. So these 2 fellows threw peanut into the lake. Acha. Now you got it. Judges, now suppose when you say peanut, so judge think peanut means peanut butter, peanut. But this fellow's name is Peanut. So they 2 fellows, they are throwing this peanut into the lake. Now see, same word. One person thinks it is peanut, groundnut, but is a person. You understand? Same thing, Karma Yoga. You can use any word. When you use the word, it does not mean the same thing. We are doing Karma Yoga. What is Karma Yoga? Without your change of attitude, no karma is a yoga. I hope you got it very clear. Without the change of attitude, no karma is a yoga. Every karma will only bring agitation. In other words, if karma brings you continuous agitation, which is very real to you, don't have to prove it to somebody, you are not with a karma yoga buddhi. Deep within, you are always restful. Because by repeating, things don't happen. That is why analysis, we shall see why people do that. You can repeat the same thing, but it doesn't mean anything. Like one fellow was, he was like a pimp, like a prostitute, Pimp means, you understand pimp? Pimp and the boys, the men who pick up women and sell them, prostitution as a business. So this fellow was picking up, he was a business like that, so he was fixing girls for others, and then the policeman comes On the roadside there is a red, catches him with 3 girls. Takes him to the judge. So the judge said, the first girl, what do you have to say? He says, Your Honor, I am not that bad girl. I am, in reality, I am a tailor, do tailoring. He says, don't tell me lies, 1 month, go. So 1 month you are thrown. Second one, I am not a bad girl at all. Somebody is pushing me into, somebody is wrongly accusing me. I am in reality, I am a person who is look after vegetable gardens. He says, don't be tell lie. The judge was outraged by the lies and he said, 1 month. And the third one comes and he says, thank you, sir. Let me confess. I am a very poor person. I don't have anything else to do. I am sorry for what I do. I am a street walker. He said, you are honest. It must be rewarded. Suspended sentence. Then the fourth one, the man who engages them, he comes and says, so what's your pleading, sir? I too am a street walker. You can't just plead, are you getting that point? Just because somebody says the release, therefore you also plead the same thing. Karma mein karma yogi. What is karma yogi? Why you are karma yogi? Because I pluck grass from the ashram garden. Oh. I scrub the floor. I clean the, utensils. No action, I hope it gets into your head, okay? No action, no karma is a yoga. Karma is karma. Are you getting that? Action is action. With the right attitude, it becomes a yoga. Buddhir yogi, duimamsana buddhi yoga. Are you getting that point? Buddhi. And what is that attitude? It will come later on. Just like, okay, why later on? Already told. Yuddhaya ujjasva sukhe dukkhe samekruta. From your action, you have done an action. Whatever result comes, you accept. No sukha, no dukkha. No sense of victory or loss. I do it because it is to be done. Maya kartabhya iti buddhya karomi. It is to be done by me, therefore I do. That's my job. Therefore I do it. No other reason. Why are you kind? That's what I'm supposed to be. Oh, but nobody recognizes. How does it matter? Why the wind blows? Why the sun shines? Suppose there is no people waiting for sun to rise. You think sun will come up? Peep. Nobody is there. Go down. Does it happen? Absolute beauty. So your goodness is for your sake, not for somebody's sake. You are conscious. Anyway, why is it that people can't do it? That is the biggest trouble is that as we speak, everybody will understand. Because it's not such a big difficulty thing. Why is it that a person cannot do it? Because long-term conditioning, very long-term. From childhood onwards, we have been given the wrong ideas. The 3 verses clearly demonstrate, establish how the individual man in any clime, in any country, any culture can be completely destroyed. And you know what? The 3 verses, Yamimam pushpitam vachah pravadanti avipaschitah Vedavadarata partha nanyad astiti vadinah. Please understand these 3 verses. Kamatmana swargaparaha janma karma phalapradam kriya vishesha bahulam bhogeshwari gatim prati. Bhogeshwari prasaktanam taya aparhuta chedasam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadho na vidhiyate. The 3 goes together. Hey Arjuna, Yamimam pushpitam vachah pravadanti avipaschita. Avipaschit. The persons, those who do not ever think. Thinkers are rare to come by. Understand? Thinkers are rare to come by. Actors are more. Acting without thinking, millions of people. But thinking and acting, you need to be a human being. Animals act. Whatever thought comes, it does. Easy. And that is why they kill each other. In the human society also you can see there will be a lot of conflict wherever there are a lot of actions without conscious thinking behind it. Your own life also will be a mess when after you say something, after you do something, after you eat something, after you see or hear, then you say, "Ayyo, I should not have done." Yes, by the time you say you should not have done, the damage is done. Just think. It's the life history of every unconscious individual. A wise man was like that. Ignorant man is like that. You can't escape. But the choice is yours. Do you want to be there all the time buried under these wrong notions? Do you want to make your life a celebration, a great joy and meditation? Be aware of yourself. Abhipaschit. Vipaschit, viveki, thinker, medhavi, buddhiman. One who uses the thinking. Most people do not think. Why? Thoughts are given to them and they move according to that thought. That is where comes religious conditioning, secular conditioning. Thoughts are given and you manage yourself with that thought. In our tradition, we don't believe in God. In our tradition, we don't believe in worship. In our tradition, we don't believe in sharing anything with anybody. Or in our tradition, this is the only God, or this is the only thing. When each person has his own conviction, how do you live with a common humanity? It becomes very difficult, because each one has his own likes and dislikes. Avipaschit. The person doesn't think. Why doesn't think? Because others have taken over his mind. He has mortgaged his mind unconsciously. Child, no. Helpless. And what have they pushed into that mind? Yam imam pushpitam vachah. Beautiful language. Flowery words they have put into his head. Very, very flowery words. Yam imam pushpitam vachah pravadanti avipaschitah. Flowery words. Who has put it? Listen carefully. Veda vadaratah partha. Vede vadaha santi. Vada means arthavada, prasansa. In Vedas, there are a lot of eulogization, glorification. Vedas, listen carefully. Hey, who is studying Vedas now? True. What is Veda? Listen. What is Veda? There are two words, Veda and Vedanta. While getting the Upanishad, Kathopanishad, I explained you very clearly in the audio, beginning stages. Veda, Vedanta. What is Veda? Veda is Karma Kanda. Veda is Karma Kanda. Vedanta is Jnana Kanda. Veda engages you in all type of karma, in all type of activity. Every type of activity. Rituals, puja, chanting. Again, Vedas means also not puja, ritual, chanting, but also Bhuta Vidya, Preta Vidya, Nakshatra Vidya, those days. Material science, astronomy, astrology, it all forms part of it. Those days, Veda. They didn't know physics, chemistry, mathematics, Veda. So Veda means, understand, two things. Sadhya sadhana lakshana Veda. Sadhya sadhana lakshana. Sadhya sadhana means sadhya. There is a goal to be reached and the goal is distanced away from you and therefore a sadhana is needed. So Vedas will provide you sadhana. They will say, you do these things, you will get this. Bhuta Vidya, Preta Vidya, Nakshatra Vidya, whether it's astrology, agriculture, anything. Okay, these are the things they will say. Like you can say, there are Chaturvidha Purushartha. There are 4 types of Purushartha. 4 things desired by people. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Dharma means Dharma Sutra, how I should function in my life, right and wrong. Artha is security. How shall I gather certain securities in life? Because we need to be alive, no? Very practical. Then Kama. Kama is pleasure. Everybody wants pleasure. So don't be just imagine that you don't need any pleasure, any pleasing sensation or pleasures of comforts of life. Everybody needs Kama, desire. So there is a Kama, pleasure. These 3 things you should get. And ultimately, Moksha, Purushartha. Why Dharma comes first? Because firstly Dharma comes because everybody should have Dharma, Artha, Dharma, Kama. Dharma comes with Artha and Kama. Dharma, Artha, Dharma, Kama. You should have security, but legitimate security, not killing somebody and packing security. Dharma, Artha. Dharma goes with Dharma, Artha, Dharma, Kama. You should have pleasures in life, but not inconveniencing others, you demand pleasure. No. So Dharma, Artha, Dharma, Kama. These 3 belongs to the realm of the Vedas. You want some security? This is to be done. Security here, this is to be done. Security hereafter, something else should be done. It takes care of both the here and the hereafter. Principle is, listen carefully, principle is sadhya sadhana sambandha. If you want to reach a goal which is away from you, what is to be reached is sadhya. You are the sadhaka. Sadhaka means you are the one who is pursuing, one who is engaging himself in activity. And then, since there is a distance between the goer and the goal, the traveler and the destination, sadhana is a must. You cannot reach the sadhya, the place to be reached, without a sadhana. You may walk. Other fellows say, I run, I crawl, I fly. Hey, you do what you want to do. But sadhana is a must. Without action, that is why karma pradhana. Without action, you cannot reach the goal. Which goal? Limited goals. You cannot. You want to be educated? You do some sadhana. Because you are uneducated, you want to be educated? Do some. You are here, you want to be in London? Do something. You are poor, you want to be rich? Do something. Sadhya sadhana sambandha. Are you getting that point? Not only here, but also hereafter. Vedas, listen beautifully, Vedas were the source of education for those days, people. Anybody, this is the attitude, that you want to achieve certain things, you have to do something. But then, these Vedas were also very honest. They were very honest. He says, Yatha iha karma chitta lokopi kshiyate, tatha amutra punyajito lokopi kshiyate. Here in this world, karma jito loka kshiyate. That fields of experiences, whichever is gained by the result of your action, shall come to an end. This is the honest declaration of the Vedas. If you were not in a destination, you shall not be in the destination for a long time. You have become number 1? Yes, soon you will be number 10 or 200, you don't know. You can't stay at number 1 position all the time. This is not pessimistic statement. These are all pessimistic. No, these are not pessimistic statement. Fact is, you cannot be on the top always. It's like you are right on the top, physically you take it. You are right on the top of your body when you are in the youth. 25, 30, 35, woo, the best. Thereafter decline. You may be youthful, but you shall not be young anymore. You shall be youthful. That you can. Are you getting it? Youthfulness is disposition. That's a different thing. But your body shall not be young again. Even if you fix up something, the body remains young. At one time it will grow old. It will not remain young forever. Suppose you say, no, we have discovered medicine, it will make 10,000. Why 10,000? You can be 10 million year also young, but after 10 million year old. You will be. Now the scientists are discovering, amazing. Yesterday, one piece of news, I was so happy. You know what is the piece of news? Now people, physicists have discovered the possibility of people traveling in speed of light. It's an amazing thing. If the speed of light, if you can travel, what does it mean? In sun, you shall reach in 8 minutes. Sunlight takes 8 minutes to reach this, 9 crore 30 lakh miles away. 9 crore 30 lakhs miles. So traveling to star will not be impossible. And how? They create a bubble. I was reading that. I think you should pick up that magazine. Not magazine, this is a newspaper, I think it has come. They create a bubble which doesn't get affected by 11 dimensions of time and space. 11 dimensions. I am yet to know what are they. That's not our field. But they say, you will not be affected by 11 dimensions, that will be a bubble. And you will be just in the bubble. And that bubble moves at the speed of light. All these yogic feet that you see that, Krishna appearing, disappearing, yogi appearing, disappearing, all must be true because speed of light. Manoyana, that boy, Narada. Narada moves, Manoyana. Mind is the vehicle. They call it Manoyana. You have got Devayana, all these, Vayuyana, on the air you travel, on the water you travel. This person traveling on mind. Wishing, finished. Fantastic. Now, even if that speed comes, okay, maybe your body will be energized, you shall live, but ultimately you die. Where are these people? Where are they? All these, even if what you call mythology becomes a reality, where are those people now? They have gone. 10,000 years they lived. Very good. They say Satya Yuga people are living 10,000 years, 30,000 years. Good. That is why they were taking 5,000 years to meditate, to understand. Plenty long time, no? So 10,000 years, so they took long time to understand. Today 20 years, so only 2 years you can understand and go. Per person, what to do? You have to liberate it, no? Smart mind. Anyway, just think of it. So even if you keep your body going for a long time, it will come to an end. Not only here, but also hereafter you are going, that also will come to an end. But they give you beautiful description of the here. If you become rich, you shall get this. If you become a king, you will become like that. You become rich man, you will get like that. That is the karma kanda. And if you go to, by chance, you do not have much of the pain, much of the pleasures here, because body is dying, body is anyway going to be, is a mortal, therefore it shall pass away. Don't worry. If you do right things here in the heavens, enjoy the heavenly pleasures. Whatever you want. That is where everywhere in every tradition, description of heaven is fantastic. Beautiful description. You can have anything you like. Anything. No problem. But then there is a catch. There is honesty. That as even you reach a goal here, gained in time, shall be lost in time, even heavens also will be lost in time. Vedas are honest. Karma kanda. You want happiness, bliss, which is never subject to end? Yes, it should not begin. If it should not begin, already existing. If it's already existing, you cannot do anything. All karma withdrawn. Inappropriate. If it's already there, ignorance creates a distance. Jnana. So the Upanishad becomes Jnana Kanda. Today, Vedas are gone. Are you getting that? Nobody chanting, nobody Vedic ritual, nobody Upanishads, nobody singing, nobody doing the Ekadasi, Dwadasi fasting. That whole lifestyle around that is gone. What is today? We don't believe in gods anymore. If I do it, I will pass. What shall God do with it? True. Now what can you do? It's true. Suppose you don't study and you say Ganesha, Ganesha, Ganesha. Is he going to write your mathematics exams? Now the son says, okay, you say God will do it, let God do it, I am not studying. Now what shall he do? No, no, son, you have to study. Then why are you bringing Ganesha? You don't know what to do. So the parents are totally destroyed because you can't push a faith. For what? Because so many people don't believe in God, they have become top achievers. Examples are there, no, right in front of you, there are examples. The billionaires, the millionaires, the successful people, those who are made money, success means those who have made money, living in good house, fancy car, wonderful thing. And what will they say? They will sing the songs, the glory of this type of knowledge. And that's where they will say, Pushpitam Vachaha, flowery words and flowery descriptions. When you become engineer, when you become a doctor, are you getting that? That is the Vedas, the new Vedas. Modern Veda is physics, chemistry, mathematics, secular studies. That is the modern Vedas. Why? Karma Kanda. If you do this, you will get this. They don't go for happiness, they go for objective happiness. Are you getting that? The Vedas will not inform you about the absolute. They will talk about your relative goals. That is how the person begins. So Pushpitam Bhaja, you get this, you will go to the heavens, you can have a house in the island, you will have you're a multimillionaire, you can have a yacht, you can have cars, you can have all these things. Now average child, youngster is dazzled by these descriptions. Veda Vadartha, Vede Vadaha Santi. In the Vedas there are Arthavada, Prasansa, glorification. When you go to Swargaloka, they shall say, Ehi, Vango, Vango, please come, please come. Ramaniya Charana, they will take you and offer you everything also. Nice, chariots, music, song, girls, dance, boys, anything you want, plenty. Every day music, chanting, dancing and all these things going on. Description of the heavens, if you see, oh boy. So the person says, if he is not here, at least hereafter he will enjoy. And there is no eternal heaven or eternal hell. No, there is no such thing. If you go there, as even here, according to the action, when your karma is limited, result will be limited. In the heavens also, wherever you go, the result of a limited action cannot be limitless. So the punya, the good karmas that you pick up, they are not eternal. They will come to an end, you will again return. This is where will come the controversy. Because some people say, after death, you go to some place, remain forever, never come back. Here it will say, after death, you will come back. Anyway, now, shall we fight over that? Forget it. Who is interested in after death? So because I will have a good time there, shall I die here? Which is more real for you? Here or the hereafter? Believers means they believe in the hereafter more than the here. That is why terrorists are so dangerous. What is that? That the most chilling statement you would have come across from that Al-Qaeda people was, as much you love to live, that much you love to die. You understand? The most dangerous statement. As much you love to live, you are desperate to live, they are desperate to die. Why? Their pleasure lies in the hereafter. Rewards, boys, girls, music, dance, drinks, an imaginary field. Right or wrong, don't ask. Because that is the person's faith. Who has a faith? Don't ask it. Don't worry about it. Which religion, which God, you don't forget about it. This is human. The person who has absolutely no hope here, he builds up a hope in the hereafter. It's like a dream. And for that he shall do anything. And somebody says, you shall stay there forever. Nothing like it. But waiting for a great time later on, can you suffer these 60 years? 70 years, 80 years? And kill each other? So create a hell here so that you can enjoy heaven there. What logic is that? I create a hell here. killing everybody, destroying everybody, because everybody must live my conviction. What a destruction. That's why religion becomes fanatic religion, disaster. Secular fanaticism is pushpitam vacha, flowery words. There is no hereafter, there is nothing beyond there is nothing beyond. You are a professional, you are a rich man. No other role for you. That there is a reality about yourself is unknown, invisible. So pushpitam vacha. Teach children now. Ask people. Come and know about yourself. Be happy. Who is interested? I'm building my career. I'm making money. Nobody will have time. Nobody will have time. In fact, such frustrated people when they come into religion, that to make religion a career, make religion also to make money. That is the worst thing that can happen. Ishvara, you must see it. Vedavadarata partha. Nanyadastiti vadina. And the people who believe in that Vedas, Karma Kanda, that you shall do everything here or for the hereafter, that fellow says, Nanyastiti vadina. There is nothing other than these Vedas. So we have forgotten the Vedas, but we have not forgotten the principle of the Vedas. Are you getting that? Vedas, chanting, singing, rituals are not universal, but Vedic principle is universal. What is principle? Sadhya sadhana. Are you getting that point, please? That is universal. If you reach something in time, you will lose it in time. That person was emphasizing on the ritual. Today they are telling, if you become physicist, everything will be fine. If you are a mathematician, everything will be fine. If you are a rich man, everything will be fine. If you are a chartered accountant, everything will be fine. Get a 1,000-acre land, everything will be fine. What are you wasting your time here? Go to Las Vegas. Enjoy life. What are you doing here? Go to Sun City. Nothing like IPL 2020. Yesterday somebody phoned me up from South Africa. You know what has happened there? For the final games, these people have some 20,000, 30,000 tickets to be sold. They opened the counter, in half an hour everything sold. One fellow has taken 10,000 tickets. Why? Because instead of 400 rands, now he can sell it for 4,000 rands. Black market. They want to sell up, they sold up. They should have restriction, but doesn't matter. Round the world. Why? Because people are crazy. Oh, that game. So, 400 rand you can give for 4,000 rand. Somebody may cool millions. And what shall he do with that millions? More criminal activity. Just think, this is... I am not being critical, I have no candles for nobody, don't worry about it. What I am telling you is the principle. Why the person is doing it? Money, easy money. Why easy money? Oh, because when I walk, nobody looks at me. Whatever, get down from Lamborghini, the president will come and receive me. If I call somebody to my small house, they won't come. If I have a house in the island, presidents will beg, can I have a holiday in your house? This is Vedavada, Prasansa. Why today people's head completely has turned? Think, friends. People's head have turned, ask yourself, does your head turn? Oh, that man has this one, I should have that one. He has gone this and I should do that. Are you happy, man? That's not the question. Can I have a laddu? Why? Other fellow have a laddu. Ishvara. The purpose is completely forgotten. Are you getting that point, please? Why? Because this is the type of emphasis, these are the type of thoughts gone into our head. Nanyadasti vadinah. There is nothing other than it. Money, power, position. And not that therefore you hate money, power, position. No. Without wealth you can't manage. Without power you can't handle. Without position you are nobody. It's fine, we need these things. But for its own sake. Not for happiness' sake. So karma, understand. So today nobody follows Vedas. Nobody does the Agnihotra, forget it. Nobody does the chanting, singing, dancing. No, it's not required. In fact, it has gained a sort of a mystical proportion. The average, like the person who is indulging in food, fasting is a big stylish thing to do. Today, people who are trying to lose weight, think. First they indulge in food. Then fasting is a style. Walking, morning walk. Morning walk. Why? Previously people are walking to the market, walking to the garden, walking to the field. So they don't have to do morning walk. The life was a walk, long walk. Whole day you are walking and working. So you don't have a special walk. Morning walk means what? No other time to walk. That is a style. So previously, Ekadashi fasting, Dwadashi feasting, Purnima fasting, Amavasya fasting, second day fasting, Vishnu's day fasting, so many things. Automatically, people are healthy. Now what happens? Nowadays I am only water fasting, fruit fasting, and for that you pay money also. You understand? Same thing, suppose the people follow a particular tradition. Simple example. In my village I have seen, people are non-vegetarian. Just take an example, non-vegetarian. Because Orissa, fish, you have to eat. But then I know my mother, Sunday, no. Why? Ravivara, for the sun. So, you should not eat. Dharma, sun is dharma, no? So Sunday, no meat, no fish, no non-vegetarian. Monday, Shiva, no fish. Tuesday, Devi, nothing. Only Wednesday you can have. Thursday, Guru, ayoyo. Then Friday you can have. Saturday you can have. So even though you are a non-vegetarian, already 4 days gone. In that 3 days, every day you may get, may not get. So you are a vegetarian. Even though you are a non-vegetarian, in reality you are vegetarian because of your faith. But there is no such thing. Somebody was telling in Germany that those days the Pope, the Christian church announced that Friday is the feast day. Because the churches were having big ponds. Lot of fish was there, but nobody was eating fish. So the Friday is a fish day. So everybody will eat that. So you feel, oh, that is the day I must eat it. So because church will get the money. So you have got you fix it up according to your conveniences. But even the fellow is vegetarian, he was like, even the person non-vegetarian was like a vegetarian. No overweight, there is no question of losing weight. But today it has become a style. I am not eating this, I am fasting. Oh, I am skipping breakfast. Why? So much of eating that I am skipping. Think. Vedas were honest. If it is picked up in time, it will be lost in time. Today, as children, when you go to school and college, nobody tells us about that. They create this solid individuality and we have to fend for ourselves. The Vedas helped us to learn, then had a solid individuality. And then that individuality, when it was struggling to achieve goal, understand, now you are an achiever. You are now a dreamer. You are now a person with a goal. The goals are set and they say that will not work out. You want absolute happiness? Go on to yourself. Knowing about yourself. So create the individuality, help him to understand the individuality. That is why clearly they had told, Paravidya, Aparavidya. Jnana Kanda, Karma Kanda. Are you getting that? Vedas, Karma Kanda. So with your karma you begin, but with your jnana you end. With aparavidya we start, with relative knowledge, we start, but end up with the Paravidya, absolute knowledge. So there was a plan. The person who knew the truth, he can't initiate to the truth absolute right away. Can anybody do it? To a child, can you talk about this absolute happiness? He is not unhappy. What is the question of talking about happiness to it? Children, shall we start teaching happiness? Absolute? No. Relative. And as you are going on teaching relative things, look for the side effect. What are the side effects? The worst side effect of every education is individuality. It's a huge side effect, individuality. Just like, please see, just like today, there a man goes to the hospital and he was given so many different types of medicines but to be cured. Lucky, disease was cured, but he died out of the complication of the side effect. Cancer is gone, but you are dead because kidney failure. Disease is gone, but side effect killed you. Ignorance as a disease is gone. About the world, ignorance about the world is a disease. By your continuous these secular studies, ignorance about the world is gone. But the side effect is ahankara, kills you. Correct example. Side effect kills you. When the side effect comes up, Upanishads, that is Vedas, they knew those things very clearly. So initiating you to Aparavidya was leading you to Paravidya. A plan is complete. Human destiny. It is not Indian or Hindu. Understand? That's why that word should not be used in this. Vedic knowledge, Vedic wisdom. What a beauty. Vedavadartha pasta nanyatastiti vadina. So these Vedas, they will be telling there is nothing other than the Swarga. Then they will show you the limitation. But before the limitation, read it. What did he say? And once you study this, what happens to you? Kamatmana. See the description of the person who studies the Veda or Karmakanda or today's modern science and history or subjects. Kamatmana Swargaparaha Janma Karma Phalapradam Kriya Vishesha Bahulam Bhogaishwarya Gatim Prati Bhogaishwarya Prasaktanam Taya Uparuta Chetasam. Now the description see. When a person read this, they become kamatmana. Kamaiva atma. Pleasure is myself. I want pleasure. The fellow becomes, you understand, I am the pleasure. He is gurning, salivating. Only for pleasure, sensation. Kamatmana. I am the pleasure. Mr. Pleasure. Mr. Indulgence. No, are you getting that point, please? Today, you go to the street, go to the world. What are people are looking for? Mad. Children are given 5,000 rupee dress, 100,000 rupees, clothes. Children, 20-year-old with a motorbike, 15-year-old with a car. And the parents think they are providing the best things to their children. Whatever they did not have, they are giving it to children. Then what happens? You did not have, therefore you worked for it. They already have it, they don't work for it. Which you have worked for it, no. So you are the fool. You have worked for it. It is not available for other children. My child. Think. See why today's world is in such a fantastic complication. It will be more complicated because people are more egoistic, individualistic. Therefore, least consideration for somebody else. Even religious people are destructive. My religion, my thought, this is my belief. Oh, I see. You are encroaching upon me. Understand? Or I shall poach on your kingdom. Think. If you educate everybody, throw all the religions at the disposal of children, like your common supermarket. These are the beds. Take. Don't push, don't induce. Thoughts like that. Here are the thoughts. Choose. But the child to choose, person must know about himself. How does he choose if he is not aware of himself? If he is a drunkard, what shall he choose? Drink. If he is a smoker, what shall he choose? Smoke. If you are obsessed with food, what shall you choose? So what is the choice? Obsessed man has no choice. When you are ignorant and obsessed, you have no choice. How can he choose religions? He can't even choose his food. You understand the importance of self-awareness. How do you expect an ignorant man to choose? That is why crafty people shall give the ignorant people whatever is convenient to them. So you don't teach the truth. If you tell him, you are ignorant, you are stupid, the fellow will run away. So what do you want? Give him some song. Let him dance. Let him hug. Let him swim. Let him sing songs. Rock and roll. What will happen? The person feels also, it's a pleasure also, religion also. Nothing like it. Isn't it? Nothing like it. That is why once those people or those gurus or traditions or religions, those will give you permissiveness. Anything you can do is fine. You want to hug somebody, you should be natural. As long, whenever you feel like something, doing something, do it. Natural. And nothing like it. Previously I could not do it because my guilt was killing me. Now I can do whatever I like. And there is a religious sanction for it. Ayyo, dangerous. So what do you create? Indulgent criminals in the world. Kamatmana, I am the pleasure. Here, as well as the Swargaparaha. Or suppose you are a person, you don't care for here. For my pleasure, there is nothing here. Swargaparaha. Heavens. I will go to heavens. Kamatmana Swargaparaha. Janma karma phala pradam. Kriya vishesha baulam. Bhogeshwari gati pratim. Buddhim. Their buddhi is completely gone astray by this. That I am the pleasure, heavens and the hereafter, which are janma karma phala pradam, which shall push you into cycles of birth and death continuously. Listen carefully. Oh, cycles of birth and death, you are talking after death. No. In this world itself, you shall be thrown into millions of cycles of birth and death. Huh? How can? During one lifetime, you are born into cigar, thrown out of cigar. Born into food, thrown out of food. Born out of a sound, thrown out of a sound. Born into a touch, thrown out of the touch. Born out of a sensation, thrown out of a sensation. Born out into the food or a taste or a smell, thrown out of it. Janma karma phala pradam. Janma karma, don't think after death I will be born. No, don't worry about it. You are dead as a child, born as a young man. Dead as a student, born as an employer. Born as an employer, dead as the employer, born as a retired person. Birth and death, are you getting that? Janma karma phala pradam. He continuously pushing you into life and death cycle. That is why people got lost. You start a relationship, you get into that relationship, then it is dead. As long as you are involved with that relationship, you are not looking at anything else. But once that relationship is born, grown, dead, then okay, let us start a new one. New business, new relationship, new touch, new taste, new smell. What are you doing? This is wheel of samsara. Samsara chakra. Continuously we are jumping into it. The moment you say wheel of samsara, somebody, oh, this is what Buddhism says. Buddhism doesn't say that. This is what the Vedas say. Buddha is a part of it. Deliberately I am telling it because go to the source. It doesn't matter, suppose Buddhist says so what's wrong with it? Take it. But ultimately understand yourself. No dismissal of a God. A complete picture of yourself, God, all these, those things you'll see later on. See the all-inclusiveness of the vision. Swargaparaha, then janma karma phala pradam, kriya vishesha bahulam. Therefore, kriya vishesha bahulam. Active, active, active. Today's man is what? Mr. Activity. Kriya vishesha bahula. Vishesha kriya, bahula kriya. So many activities. The person cannot keep quiet. Ask a fellow to sit down quietly. Difficult. Why? Restless? Something must be done. Keep myself engaged. So difficult for people to keep quiet. You don't understand. Oh, what is there so big deal? Can I not keep quiet? All right, sit down, 2 hours continuous. Let me see. Just see. Don't even move your finger. Try. First thing, the eyes open. Even people can't sit down in the class for 5 minutes closing their eyes. Somebody other day was telling me, when I am closing, when I close your eyes, Swamiji, you know, many people don't close. I said, that's not my job. I said, close your eyes. If you are restless, you can do whatever you want. Suppose I open my eyes, I'll hate myself. And I'll give you the guilt of worst time. Suppose I open my eyes and you are looking at me. What will happen to you? You want me to give you guilt? That's why, shamelessly, let me close my eyes. Other people obey, don't obey, who cares? Think. Restless. Kriya vishesha bahula. Not that, therefore, doing nothing is a great achievement. No, we are not talking about that. Active when active, restful when restful. But the modern man, like any time, has no time for anything. Ask anybody, why don't you go for a medical checkup? Where is the time? You can die in a heart attack, but you don't have time for a medical checkup, right? Why don't you look at your mind? Where is the time? Angry, short-tempered, jealous, liar, complex-ridden. You have time to suffer and be miserable, but no time to look at your mind. If you can look at your mind, you don't need time to solve problems. Why? No problem. Others creating problem is very easy to solve. Your creating problem difficult to solve. Others creating problem very easy to solve. Why? Ignore. Just ignore. Simply ignore. Let the fellow do as much as he do. How much can he do? He's not taking your bank balance away. Can he uproot my tree and go away? Huh? Can he uproot the house and go away? How much damage a person can do? Think. Yes. The crooks of highest order. One fellow was working yesterday in a computer factory. He has taken away 2 crores to purchase one engineering college for himself. He has taken away 2 crores, just one transfer. Ta-da! Bas. One computer transfer, 2 crores gone. Money you can nowadays, cyber crime. You can just, you think you have got millions, and next day when you go there, blank. Legally transferred. You don't know what to do with it. He can destroy. You have to have your eyes open and all that, no problem. But no agitation. Who can? If you are at peace with yourself, that's strength. Whereas the other person, kriya vishesha bahulam. Why? Bhoga aishwarya gatim prati. Bhoga aishwaryam gati. Bhoga aishwarya gatim prati buddhi. The mind is fully obsessed by bhoga aishwarya. Indulgence, prosperity. I want this. Oh no, Swamiji, I live under a tree. I don't want all these things. Only I want is recognition for my renunciation. That is the worst That is also a bhoga. Are you getting that? If the indulgent man's bhoga is indulging on sense object, renunciate's bhoga is to be recognized as a renunciate. You know how simple he is? Yeah, humble soul. But suppose you tell him, there is a simpler person than him. Huh? True. You must massage. You must massage the ego always. That is why a person is very kind, very happy when the ego is massaged. You are, sir, nobody like you, sir. You are the best. There is nobody like you. How men get the woman worked up. How? You are the most beautiful. Nobody like you. Oh, she melts. Same thing, woman can also tell. You are such a considerate husband. Nobody like you. 5 million. Oh, yes. 50 million. No problem. Same thing. It's a mutual flattery. Massage as much as possible. That is why smart goods, those who are really smart goods, flatterers, they know how to do it. Lobbyist means what? Nowadays, lobby, political lobby. Political lobby, who are the lobbyists? The fellows who know the weaknesses of the politicians. They know which word will do the job. You can lobby for anything. So the middleman in spirituality also is a lobby. He is lobbying for the other fellow for God. So you have paid for lobbying? No. Somebody is talking about you to God, you see. That is why it's a business. In self-knowledge, it cannot be a business. Because lobby for whom? Do you understand? I'm not telling, I'll ask God to give you the understanding. So I can't pray for you. Therefore, I can't get any money from you. I'm not doing job from you, no. Why the astrologer takes money? He will intervene on your behalf for the planets. He can't fix his own planet, but he can intervene for your planet. The priest makes money. The other day I was standing in a priest. This thick gold, chain, all gold. Why? Because he is the middleman between you and the God. He is telling God, God, please give him this thing. Untrue. God needs that. Or else, uninformed, no communication possible. So poor God needs one priest around to be told who is wanting what. It's a big business. You have are you getting that? You have political lobbying, spiritual lobbying. That's not spirituality. Politics in the garb of spiritualism. That is why vote bank, number. How much can I get into that? Understand? In self-awareness, there is no middleman. You are already Yoiti yourself. I'm telling you certain thing. You like it? You see it's convincing? Yes, take it. Don't find convincing? No, drop it. Choice is yours. You must be happy. Why should I say you must be happy? You can be miserable. Choice is yours. You are happiness. I don't believe. Very good. Go. What do I get out of it? Suppose you are happy. What do I get out of it? Unless you are a person who like to be, flattered every day. You are the happiness, you are the infinity, you are the absolute. Why? Because home you are listening, you are a crook, you are a rascal, you are a drunkard, you are the insensitive one, you are the most inconsiderate husband, you are the most stupid wife. So you come home here and say, you are the absolute, you are happy. Appa, what a relief. In self-awareness, there is no middleman. Between you and you, there is nobody. Just points out. That's why you can't make a business out of it. Bhogeishwari gatim. So everybody is mad, obsessed by bhoga aishwarya. I want this, I want that. Bhogeishwarya prasaktanam taya aparhuta chetasam. Bhoga aishwarya prasakta. Completely deluded by bhoga aishwarya, prasakta, asakta. held, you understand? Held by, trapped by this obsession of bhoga and aishwarya, prosperity and pleasure. Taya aparhuta chetasam, the mind is totally taken away by this. Taya, by prasakta, bhoga, by bhoga aishwarya, taya aparhuta chetasam, prasaktanam, taya, by that, what? Aparhuta chet, taya buddhya, by that type of buddhi, the mind is taken away. What? Pain, only pleasure and prosperity. Vyavasayatmika buddhi samadho na vidhiyate. Vyavasayatmika buddhi, this Vyavasayatmika buddhi. What is Vyavasayatmika buddhi? Karma yoga buddhi. What is karma yoga buddhi? I must act for action's sake. Samadho. Samadho means antakarane. Samadho. Samadhi here doesn't mean samadhi is absolute. Okay, you can say absolute also. Samadho. It doesn't have any inclination of the absolute or antakarane. Samadhi in the buddhi. Samadho in the mind. Vyavasayatmika buddhi na vidhiyate. The person does not recognize the need for changing attitude. Because he shall not understand. That is why you cannot engage people, understand. You cannot help somebody to understand karma yoga or buddhi yoga without his initiation into absolute knowledge. Only when he is interested in absolute happiness, then only he shall understand as to why he should be a conscious actor. Because I am the happiness, but that idea seems to be hijacked by habitual emotions. I have been told, and I have been doing that also, coffee, music, touches of all kinds, tastes of all kinds, sights of all kinds, relationship, companionship, intimacy. All these will solve my problem. Or if I can get the grace of the God, grace of the Guru, or grace of something, if I follow this religion, everything shall be solved. I need not do anything. Most people shall fall for it. Why? Because somebody else takes the responsibility. Why the faith which promises everything in the hereafter, in exchange of your mere faith, is very, not popular, but easy to accept. Because how many people want to think? It's so easy to surrender yourself to somebody if you are an idiot. Not everybody. Everybody can happily surrender. Don't worry about that. But those people will be millions. Grown-up babies. As a child, mommy took care, papa took care. In the school, teacher took care. In the office, officer should take care. In life, money should take care. In the hereafter, religion should take care. So, you are always taken care. So, what shall I do? Nothing. Problems are come. Doesn't matter. God only wants me to suffer. Beautiful. God wants me to suffer. Who told you that? Religion said that. Oh, true. Here Krishna is telling him, don't suffer. Asocyanannosochastvam. He doesn't say, hey, you are destined to fight, you are destined to be miserable like this, be miserable. Have faith in me, be miserable. Beautiful. Beautiful cheating and teaching, sorry. Think of it. This is cheating. Vyavasayatmika buddhi, samadho, na vidhiyate. Person will not have that discrimination. Why? Because full of these impressions. To such a person, if you say, you are the happiness, will he get it? One who is riddled with, understand, one is full of sensations. Memory is full of sensations. Especially in youth, you cannot get it. When you're old age, you now know it doesn't work. But as long as you are young, it's very difficult to believe. Like when you are young, it's so difficult to believe you can be old. So difficult to believe. When the old man is walking, why that fellow is walking slowly? Who is telling? Arrogant, impatient youngster. He doesn't believe that one day he will be old. But he can't believe. Why this fellow is walking so slowly? Cool down, cool down. That is where comes impatience of ignorance. Why that person is behaving? Why that person is... Arey, why are you behaving? As I told you 100 times. Think. Impatience. Impatience with others' ignorance, very easy. Impatience with your ignorance doesn't exist. Why? Habit. Habit. Don't blame people. Understand? Yesterday, okay, we'll see more of it in the afternoon. Yesterday, we went to a place, and then shopping. And one person sells the same thing for 5,000 rupees, the same thing in another place in 15,000 rupees. One person sells same thing, 5,000, same stone, same pillar. Other place, same pillar, 15,000 rupees. There is a possibility of our getting a, look at this fellow, how can he cheat? Hey, he is doing his business. Why should I be upset? Let him say 15,000. I know it. You keep him, let him keep it for himself. I am going. No, but he cheat. Let him. What can you do? If he is pushing, you should be angry. You must take this, you take this. Pushing, but he is selling. That is his thing. Same thing, philosophy. They are like that. Which one I take? That is why you have to think. But unfortunately, long before you learn to think, already the intelligence is mortgaged. That is why the problem. So to take the person away from it, help him to understand himself is a huge thing. We shall see that more of it in the afternoon. Taya buddhi, prasadna vidhiyate. Taya pratyesam vyavasayatmika buddhi samadho na vidhiyate. That is why persons are obsessed with so many different memories. When you tell, I am the happiness, doesn't get it. Mind is talking. Very difficult. It's like the person is dead now. You are so miserable. And the other person telling, this happens, you don't listen to it because dead, crying. Happen. Only when that slows down, after 1 month, you will have a listen. Okay, that happens. Like that. That is why conscious observation, shravana, listening, so that you get familiar with your own restlessness, obsessions, your own thoughts. Deep inside, somewhere in little things will be there which you'll never know. You think you have, I have absolutely, now I have gone over all my weaknesses. Unconsciously you get caught off by it. And do you know when you get caught off by it? When somebody questions it, you don't like it. When somebody, that is what I was telling you, the people who question you, the people who put you into test, fall at their feet. Thanks for being my examiner. But some other ignorant person can be so stupid, he assumes the role of an examiner. My job here to disturb everybody and see whether they are reacting or not. You understand the perversion? It can go so many ways. So you assume the role of a vigilante. I told him that and he is reacting. Why did you tell? Because he has already assumed that he is the wisest man and therefore he is putting every people into trouble, taste. No! I must put myself into test. Continuous. That is why the teaching. See for yourself again and again. Okay? And then you can, by chance such a thing is there, you can counteract. How? We'll see in the afternoon. Close your eyes.